So listen about the immediate cause of the Reformation movement. The immediate cause of the Reformation was the sale of indulgences. Okay, and sale of indulgences, it was just being done in Wittenberg by Tetzel. Now, who was Tetzel? Tetzel was an agent of Pope Julius II. Pope Julius II sent Tetzel to sell indulgences at Wittenberg. Okay, and this was just opposed. Actually, first of all, let me tell you what is meant by indulgences. So, indulgences were the certificates of pardon, and these certificates of pardon were sold on behalf of the Pope in order to collect money for redesigning St. Peter's Church in Rome. Indulgences, what does it mean? It means pardon certificates. These pardon certificates were sold on behalf of the Pope in order to collect money for redesigning St. Peter's Church. Where was it? It was in Rome. Okay. Now, what happened? This sale of pardon certificates, sale of indulgences, it was vehemently opposed by Martin Luther. Martin Luther, who was he? He was a preacher at the university town of Wittenberg in Germany. Martin Luther was a preacher. Preacher is just like a teacher, but preacher just teaches about the particular religion, theology. Okay, so Martin Luther was a preacher. He used to just teach about theology at the university town of Wittenberg in Germany. Okay, now what was the belief of Martin Luther? Why did he oppose the sale of indulgences? He opposed the sale of indulgences because he believed that it was wrong to encourage people to buy these pardon certificates. Why? Because according to him, the way to heaven and pardon for the sins and crimes cannot be purchased. What was the opinion of Martin Luther? Martin Luther's opinion was that if we have done something wrong, if we have committed a crime, that for that crime, pardon cannot be purchased. If we have to go to heaven, then we cannot purchase the path to heaven. Heaven is something that we cannot purchase with money. So it is wrong to sell these pardon certificates. Now what did he do? क्या किया उसने इसके बाद? He listed his objections. He made a list of his objections. Why he was objecting the sale of indulgences? He listed all the causes. Okay, and what happened then? And he just nailed all these on a paper. He listed all the objections, and this paper was nailed on the gate of the church. And these objections are known as 95 theses. He wrote 95 objections against sale of indulgences, and these 95 objections are called 95 theses. And Luther nailed these on the door of the church. And at the same time, what did he do? He also invited the scholars to have a debate with him on this subject. He also asked the pupil, if you are not satisfied with these objections, if you want to say something, you are invited to come and have a debate with me. I will satisfy. This much is clear. This was the immediate cause of the Reformation. Now let us know about the role of Martin Luther. Actually, the Reformation in Germany was started by whom? By Martin Luther. And he had been what? Who was he? He was a professor of theology in the University of Wittenberg. Martin Luther was a professor of theology. Theology, what does it teach? It just teaches about the religion. Okay, so he was a professor of theology in the University of Wittenberg, and he had practiced hard penance to attain salvation. You have just read these terms: salvation, hard penance, the chapter Jainism and Buddhism. Hard penance means kathor tap. Salvation means freedom from the cycle of life and death. Okay, so Martin Luther practiced the hard penance also in order to get salvation. Okay, now what happened, as he was a religious man. Okay, so at that time Rome was the pilgrimage for the Christians. It was a place of pilgrimage. So Luther visited Rome in the year 1513 AD. And when he reached Rome, he went there just to visit to church to get the blessings of Pope. But what did he notice there? When he visited Rome, he was shocked. He was surprised to see that some churchmen, some clergymen were living a life of luxury. Okay, and he noticed that these clergymen, they were living the life of the level of the royal princes, Italian princes. They were living the life which was full of luxury. He was shocked to see a priest, a clergyman is considered to live a simple life. But what was happening there? They were living the royal life which was full of luxury. Okay, now he also noted that they were deviating from the path shown by the church, and Martin Luther also noticed that these clergymen, these pope, they are not following the traditional path of the church of and the religion. They are getting apart. They are from the path of religion. Okay, and thereupon, after that, Martin Luther became a strong critic of the Roman Catholic Church. He started criticizing the Roman Catholic Church and about the misuse of power by the clergymen. This much is clear? When he noticed the life of the clergymen in the church officers, then he started strongly criticizing the corrupt practices in the church. Okay, now let us know about the Luther's 95 thesis. Yes, Peter?
When Martin Luther write the 95 thesis on the road, and no one stopped him?
No one stopped him. No one stopped. When he nailed the paper, so no one stopped. When the people later read the objections, then they came to know that till then many people became aware, and he was in favor of the public also. So many people were supporting him. So no one stopped him. Okay, sit down. Let us know about Luther's 95 theses. Now Luther, as I told you right now, Luther wrote his objections in the form of 95 theses in Latin and nailed them on the doors of the church at the Wittenberg. Now he invited everyone to openly debate with him. I have told you right now that he invited the scholars, anyone, you can come and have a debate with me if you are having just any objections to my thesis. If you are not satisfied with my objections, you can come and have a debate with me. Okay, now what happened? Martin Luther believed in Bible, not in the Pope. He was having full trust, absolute trust in Bible, not in Pope. And later what happened? Later, after some time, his theses were printed and they were distributed freely in Germany to the great excitement of all. Later his theses, objections were printed and they were distributed among the common man, and people were very much excited Okay, when they just went through these objections. And what happened after that? A national church in Germany was established and prayers began to be held in German language. Now Pope sent a priest to have a debate with Martin Luther. Okay, then Martin Luther defeated this priest in debate also. When a priest was sent by Pope to have a debate with Martin Luther in the year 1519, what happened? This priest was also defeated by Martin Luther. Then what happened? Pope, who was the Pope at that time? Pope Leo X. What was the name? Leo X. So Pope Leo X pronounced Luther as a heretic. What does the word heretic mean? Heretic means the person who just goes against the religion, set religious dogmas, principles. A person who goes against the set religious dogmas and principles. So Martin Luther was against the set religious dogmas of Christianity. Okay, so that's why Pope Leo X announced that Martin Luther is a heretic and warned him of excommunication through a letter. Now what does the word excommunication mean? Excommunication means just to declare a person out of the community. Okay, and the Pope sent a letter to Martin Luther and warned him that he will be just excluded from the Christian community. Now what did the Martin Luther do? Martin Luther burned the papal bull of excommunication. Martin Luther burned the letter which was sent by Pope Leo X. He burned this letter openly in the presence of public. Okay, and in this way he declared open protest against the Pope. Now the open struggle started between the Pope and Martin Luther. This much is clear? Okay. Now let me tell you the last topic from this chapter, and that is the impact of Reformation. And among the impact of Reformation, only we have to study the counter-reformation. Okay, so the Reformation created a great impact on different aspects of life in Europe, and most important among them is counter-reformation. So according to syllabus, you have to just understand the meaning of the term counter-reformation. Okay, so let us know what is the meaning of the term counter-reformation. I have explained the meaning in the beginning also. Okay, so once again, what does the word counter-reformation means? Counter-reformation, just the result, the consequence of the reformation. In order to restore the reputation of the Catholic Church, some pious and dedicated Christians, including some popes, adopted certain reforms in the church. Now, though majority of the popes and clergymen, they were corrupted, but some pious, some honest, dedicated Christian popes and Christian people, they came forward to reform the Roman Catholic Church. Reform means to improve, to introduce certain changes. They came forward to reform the Roman Catholic Church, and this is known as the counter-reformation. These dedicated Christians, including some popes, they were not in favor of joining the Protestant Church. They were in favor of reforming their own Roman Catholic Church. So this is known as counter-reformation. Okay. For today, this is all. We also